Hello, this is Paul Matthews. This is tutorial 12. In this tutorial, we will cover programming. The tutorials that we did so far did rely on XML. However, this tutorial and most of the tutorials going forward will involve some form of programming. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will be using PHP, even though you could be using any other programming languages such as Python or JavaScript in Node.js. So in this tutorial, we will enhance upon our previous tutorial of SMS response and add some dynamic contents. The prerequisite for this tutorial is the first tutorial, which is Hello World, and then it is the 10th tutorial, which covered receiving and sending of SMS. In this tutorial, we will cover PHP basics. We will not go in depth into PHP. So this will hopefully be a refresher for you. If you're not familiar with PHP, I would encourage you to search for PHP tutorial, and there's plenty available online. We will then review the parameters that Twilio passes on to the server. We will use some of those parameters to fetch the details of the incoming number. We will then respond to the SMS with the zip code of the incoming number. So let's jump right in and then do a bit of PHP basics. We will again use our text editor, Notepad++, and we will do a simple PHP program that calculates the sum. We're going to say the sum of 1 and 2 is, and then we will start with the PHP code. We will end the PHP code here and then say echo 1 plus 2. Then save this as we'll save this in the ht docs directory within XAMPP. Tutorial, we are on to tutorial 12, so we'll create the folder for tutorial 12. And then we'll just name this as intro.php. We've saved the file. As you can see now, the formatting of the file has changed. That's because Notepad++ now interprets this as a PHP file and gives us a bit of information. So we can see here that there is this opening code, which is the less than symbol, then the question mark and PHP. That's how we would start the PHP section within the code. Here is echo. Echo will simply display what is in parentheses, and then within parentheses we calculate 1 plus 2, and then we close the PHP. So this statement, the sum of 1 and 2 is, that's outside PHP, and then within PHP, we're just doing a simple echo of 1 plus 2. Now we are ready to run this PHP program, and before we do that, we need to make sure that XAMPP is started. So we can see that XAMPP is not started. So let's go ahead and start XAMPP. We have started XAMPP. The next thing to do is to start ngrok. You've now started ngrok, and now we should see the URL. So let's try to run this. So we got an error. Let's see what happened. Tutorial 12. Yeah, we made a mistake here. There should have been a tutorial/tutorial 12. So we can see that the sum of 1 and 2 is 3, and this 3 came via programming, and it's not something that we had hard-coded. The system calculated the sum of 1 plus 2, and then it gave the output as 3. Now let's take a look at our earlier tutorial, which we created for SMS, which was tutorial 10. This was the SMS tutorial. We're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it into our tutorial 12. So now let's run the SMS. SMS.xml. There you go. That's the SMS URL, and we are going to install that in Twilio. Again, we go to Twilio, we click on the phone numbers, and then we'll see our number. We click on the number, scroll down, and we're going to be editing the messaging URL. We did edit the messaging URL. Now we can actually send an SMS to this number. Let's do that. Here is the SMS. We're going to type in hello. We did get back the response. Now let's try and understand what Twilio did send to our server. To do that, let's go to ngrok and copy and paste the web interface URL. And open that URL on a separate window. Here's the URL. This is the request that Twilio had sent to us. If we scroll down, we can see more details about it. These are the parameters that Twilio sent to us. As you can see, this is quite rich. It includes the message, it includes the from number, and it includes the country, the state, the zip is missing, and it does include the status, the to number, etc. So there's quite a bit of rich information that Twilio provides to us. Let's try to use some of it. We'll try to use the from attribute, and also we will try to use the from state attribute. So to do that, let's now create a PHP file, and let's expand onto the SMS XML file. We'll copy this SMS XML file, and we'll create a new one, and then we will name this as sms.php. And we'll just remove the second message. We don't need that anymore. So in this nice to meet you, we can add the from number. So to do that, we'll add the PHP tag, and the way to fetch the from number is by using this request variable. We'll just echo that. Then we'll close out on the PHP. closed out on the PHP. We will save the file. Now this PHP file expects this attribute called from, and so we now need to pass that attribute to the PHP script. Let's do that. So this was our previous one. So and then from equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we now do a page source, we can now see the XML response. So there is the response, and it said, nice to meet you, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is of course the from parameter that was there. So let's now redo the script, but install this sms.php file. We don't need to add the from when we install it into Twilio, because Twilio is going to provide that to us. So instead of the sms.xml, it's now sms.php. Save the file. Done. We send hello. There you go. So as you can see, this is the from number that Twilio had, which Twilio passed on to our PHP script. Our PHP script extracted it and sent it back. Now let's add the state as well. You are from this is ngrok, this is the from state. Save this file and let's send the SMS. That's the response. It did have the from number and it had the state as well. That does actually complete this tutorial. Let's review what we did. We learned the PHP basics. We learned about the parameters that Twilio passes to our server, and we saw that in the ngrok logs. We fetched the details of the incoming number, and we responded to the SMS not with the zip code, but with the state and the number. That completes this tutorial. I hope you liked it. We will do more thorough and more in-depth examples of PHP in the subsequent tutorials. Thank you very much.